Today we are going to go find some of the amazing artisans in Rabat, Morocco, which through their craft define Moroccan culture and life. Before we go, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We are in a street where we have some craftsmen, and along this trail we have the place in Rabat where they do leather crafts. It's only this one shop actually. Let me show you. You'd be coming in from Udea, then you see a door like this, and inside this place is where they do all the leather. Okay, so here we go inside the leather craft place. It feels so medieval in here. Okay, well, let's go check these guys out. We're going down these stairs into this medieval place of leather. Okay, so here we are at a place where we have craftsmen who make leather bags, such as this one. And you can bring your models, you can bring your drawings, the measurements, the centimeters, and the nice craftsman here will make that for you. So this one is made from carpet designs, and they are added into sheepskin leather. Okay, we have like some pouches here. And all of these leathers go through a natural process. Sheep. Okay, I'm gonna. So these diamond patterns would let you know that these leather goods are made in Rabat, because these are typical of the crafts, carpets, and leather designs from this region. These are all handmade here in this studio. So how long have you been making leather? 40 something years. Okay. And what does he make? So he makes mostly bags like these ones. How who taught him how to make leather?
He learned from people who were already doing the leather.
A trophy case here, which is pretty awesome.
This is for a ring.
Okay, so this would be like the symbol for the Holy Quran, and they put that book in here. Okay. Alright. Shnu Smithic.
محمد.
Mohammed. Sharifin, Mohammed.
Mohammed.
Yeah, yeah.
How does he get started with his process?
سولي قباغي نفصلوا شي حاجة هكا وعاد نمشيو بالتدريج معاها نبداو بحاجة بحاجة.
Okay, so they start with the design here. Mohammed starts with the design, usually out of like a cork board, and then slowly they start to make all of these books. So how did you learn how to make these books?
دخلنا للدراسة ما جاب الله في الدراسة وصافي أنا ولد هاد الكارتي.
So he came from this school, he dropped out, but then started learning his craft, and he's from this neighborhood and is still making book bindings and cases out of leather.
المعلمين القدام.
معلمين.
الوالد ديالي عاود هو عنده ميتي أخرى كان ززار. كان ززار.
Okay. So he didn't learn the craft from his father. His father was a butcher, but he liked bookbinding so much that he became an apprentice of bookbinding and leather making. Who did he learn from? How did he get his like apprenticeship? Did he just come there and ask them, or how?
وكان جينا نتعلموا بشوية بشوية وفي الأول كدير الكولات الرطاب
Okay, so he started out just frequenting the areas where they made these things. They already knew him because he's from the neighborhood, and he started out just gluing things here and there and progressively learned how to make these things. How old was he when he started?
خرجت بالمتوسط الثاني قلت شي 15 عام 14.
Yeah.
So he began to learn when he dropped out of school at about 14 and 15 years old, and he's been bookbinding ever since. So all this artisan bookbinding and making is all by hand. The only thing that they use as a machine is this old singer. We haven't seen. Well, I guess it's not a singer. It's a faff. It's the only thing that they use as a machine. It's not industrialized. It's not like these huge machines that have like a process. It's still kind of done by hand, but it's more like a tool. So if you guys want a design, you would just bring it to him in a drawing and describe what you'd like, and he can make anything for you. He even has like these sleeves that could separate your papers, and yeah, so there you go. Okay, so guys, we are here at one of the great silver houses in the Medina. It literally is called Silver House, Artisans of Silver. And you can tell because they have lines in the front. So let's go check out what they have in there. Okay, as we can see here, you can find some bangles and bracelets in Amazigh design, some Moroccan coins, which are antiques, daggers, rings, a few porcelain bowls with geometric patterns, earrings that are triangular, and they are called tribulas. Some of these coins are made into coin necklaces and turned into adornments. There are more unique designs of jewelry, some antique coins, Moroccan daggers, leather shoes, and talismans. Bowls, pendants, gems, and wooden objects are displayed to give visitors insight into Amazigh culture. Here are nomadic pouches and amulets, worn to store small items but also to protect the wearer from harm. These amulets also had aesthetic, economic, and social values. Morocco also produces fine minerals from Tusit, Mibladin, Bouazer, Wijda, and Agbar. Wood jewelry and objects are made from the Moroccan thuya trees. Known for their strength and durability, they are often inlaid with gems found in Morocco. Here are some old dirham banknotes. In the past, in the streets, you might have heard people asking for dinars, rials, and even francs. We can see here some jewelry made out of coral, tribulas, and lapis lazuli. Amazigh means free people. In this display, you can see tesseres, which are these triangular fibulas, Moroccan daggers, and some earrings that will be tied to a headdress. On this amulet, you could see the symbol of reptiles and serpents, which represent the primal life force, according to Amazigh symbology. Here is a case of really cool objects. We have some talismans with symbols made to protect the wearer, khamisas, daggers, headdresses, beaded jewelry. But let's take a look at this hamisa. It came from the word 5, khamsa. Because the hand has 5 digits, legend says that this hamisa protects from the evil eye. Triangular fibula known as tiseres worn at the shoulder to keep garments in place. To the right, you can see the kumia dagger, and to the left, a khamesia, which is a musket. The Moroccan kumia dagger was one of the most important adornments for men. Craftsmanship was precise, and some cases were made of bone. Alright, let's go check out what he does and the beadwork there. And so let's just take a look at some of the historical keepsakes, if you will. Let's look at some of these things that he has here. We got scarves, we've got blouses, we've got pottery. And here's a photo of an Amazigh woman wearing tiseres. That's how they'd be worn with their traditional dress. These are some designs of beaded jewelry. The use of beads in Morocco dates back at least 12,000 years ago. Beads are some of the earliest forms of jewelry. And the first forms of beaded jewelry were made from organic material such as bones, shells, seeds, and stones. These stones are African turquoise stones, which have slightly greener hue than other turquoise stones. And here's an example of organic forms. These are corals that were taken either from the Atlantic or the Mediterranean Sea, which surrounds Morocco. Okay, so we have Rasheed here. Hello, Rasheed. Salam alaikum. All right. Labas, behel. Mezian. Okay. What kind? Shnu heda?
مرجان كورال
Coral. Shnu heda?
تيركواز
Turquoise. Shnu heda?
أماتيست سيترين ميلان.
Okay, amethyst, citron, and a mix of gems. Okay, cool. Let's see about a granite necklace that he beaded by hand. Yeah? All right, let's see. I'm excited. All right. Wow, he made this entire thing by hand. Wow, how amazing. Wow. Look at that. That detail here. He made a bunch of offshoots from these 3 beads. I would say it is pretty heavy. It's beaded by hand. As you can see, these are untreated garnets too, which is really hard to come by. A lot of the times people crush pieces of garnet and they put it into a bead, but as you can see, these are pretty untreated. You can tell by their natural color, and he even put a clasp on it. So it's pretty wonderful. All right. Rasheed, how long have you been making jewelry?
24.
24 years. That's pretty amazing. So he's been working at his craft for a while and really has an appreciation for beads. Are all these from Morocco?
Yes.
In Rabat?
أصيلة.
Asila, turquoise,
Turquoise from Marrakesh.
Marrakesh. Where's Jazet? What about amethyst?
Amethyst, yes.
It's from where?
Marrakesh.
Marrakesh? Okay, very cool. And what is your favorite gem?
Amethyst, Amazonite from Sahara.
Amethyst from the Sahara. And just to let you guys know, we do not get amethyst. It is such a rare thing to get. It's from Marrakesh in the United States. So, and who did you learn beading from?
What is it?
Brother? Okay, very cool. Can I see one of these?
Yes.
Well, okay guys, let's take a look. This is some amethyst from Marrakesh?
Marrakesh.
Sahara?
Yes.
Okay. Whoa, look at that purple. Such a rich purple color without dye. And that is just something so rare to come by, and he can bead anything. So you can make earrings,
Yes.
necklaces, rings.
Yes.
Okay, so Rasheed makes earrings, necklaces, beads of any sort. So if you guys want to come check out Rasheed's shop, it's inside the Silver House in the Medina. And again, it's more than just a jewelry shop. So please come check him out. All right. Hey guys, we are at Mustafa's shop. He is Bijou Cornes.
Horn jewelry in English.
He is one of the only ones to make horn jewelry in Rabat. How long have you been making jewelry?
Here for 4 years.
Wow, 4 years. How did you learn?
My father do the same work.
Wonderful. Yeah. And where do you get the bone?
From Fez.
What animal?
Cows.
Cows. And let's take a look at some of the jewelry. Bijou Gon is the name of his shop. That's his contact. He's got some bone pendants here. Okay. We've got bone rings with different designs, colors, and calligraphy. That's rad. And a big wooden comb. Wow. What would you comb with that big wooden comb? Let me know in the comments below.
When I was born, I found this art already existed. My father used to make these combs, and he was the head of the artisans. He was a good artisan, so we learned it from him. But I didn't make it as my career. I had another job. When I was tired from it, I came back to this one. As for the rings, that was my own creation. I used to work and find color within the pieces of horn that weren't used. It was more of a piece than a color, but I love their colors. So it was my idea. My father only made combs. I did my research about where this art came from. It was the Babylonians who made this comb first. Later, the ancient Egyptians also created a comb. There was a contact between ancient Egyptian and the Amazighs, who are native Moroccans. Morocco developed it and started exporting it into Europe through France. As a result to the diplomatic exchange between King Ismail and Louis XIV. I think in French they call it this art Marocanerie. The word came from the word Maroc, which means Morocco in French. So it wasn't a coincidence. Many say that those horn rings are protection from evil eyes. This is why they start requesting it. I first created it in the 70s, but I hadn't worked on it until 2017, when I came back to this art again.
Perfect. What a rich history of jewelry and a true enrichment to the viewers who are following the history of these crafts. Thank you so much. Okay guys, we are in one of the more rare shops in the Medina that I absolutely love. And the reason being is this guy makes a lot of his stuff. So if you can see behind me, you have a whole bunch of animal bones, raw hides, instruments, chimes, leather bracelets, and I think it's particularly unique because it's like art meets cultural insight. So a lot of the things that he carries gives you an idea into Moroccan culture. Let's take a look and ask him a few questions. Shnu mitek? Saeed. Mercherfin Saeed. So he's been working for 50 years and his uncle taught him how to make all of this. Is this a common thing in Morocco or no? The type of art that he does.
They think there are others who work in Rabat. كاين حاجات ما كيخدموها حتى واحد. So I'm thinking only him. شنو الحاجة اللي أنت كتخدمها؟ اللي غير أنت كتخدمها. ما كاين حتى واحد like this thing kind of things and this only him. هادو ديال ياك. This too only him.
So you could find Saeed, the naturalist here, the artist, the home decorist here from 10 to 8 every day, except Fridays. Okay. All right. Shukran, Saeed. Metarfin. I hope you guys enjoyed meeting the artisans of Rabat, Medina. You can check out my other video about the Rabat, Medina if you didn't see it yet. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook for photographic inspiration. The links are in the description below. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you on the next adventure.